Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with an Empties video, and I have got tons of good stuff, makeup, skincare, hair, and a lot of supplements. So I'm gonna jump right into this. I'm gonna start with makeup, and I'm gonna start with a blush. I went through a Jill Stewart blush, and I really liked this. It's one of those that had, if you've never seen them, it had like little squares of all different colors. It had some lights and some darks. I'll put a picture up here. And I loved it. It kind of reminded me of like an Hourglass, very subtle, but beautiful. It was beautiful. I did not replace it because I've got 5 million blushes and I'm not replacing blushes. What I am using now, I have on today, and I love this as much as I loved that, and it's a mixture because I'm in use ups, and it's a mixture of Patrick Ta, this is the topper, the powder. It's a mixture of Patrick Ta and Jouer Darling. So sorry about that, but this is just a mixture of these two blushes because I'm using them up. And I do love them. I do love them. If you wanted to get this color, though, this is very close to either NARS Orgasm or Luminoso. I also went through, while we're on blushes, a Benefit Cha Cha Ching. I liked this while I used it, but I won't replace it. I was not just a huge fan of that. It goes on like a nail polish. You know, I have others that I like a better application, but this was a nice, sheer, really pretty, like this color, and I really loved it. What I'm using now is another mix, y'all. Sorry. It is Glossier Cloud Paint, and it's a mixture of mostly Puff, which is beautiful on its own. It is just a cool pink, and then a tiny bit of this Dawn that is very vibrant. It takes a very, very little. So I would never use this on its own, as pale as I am, but together they're beautiful. And I would use Puff on its own. It is gorgeous. Okay, next I went through a Dermablend Powder, and I love this. I replaced this over and over. It is just a transparent, clear powder that is not cakey or thick, doesn't add any cover. It just mattifies a little bit. And so I love my Dermablend. I always replace that. Okay, and then I went through another powder, and if you've been with me a long time, you may remember when I used to talk about the Hourglass Mineral Veil. I loved this, but it took me 2 years to remember it enough to pick it up and use it up. And I won't replace it. I thought it was beautiful, but if I'm going to use an Hourglass, I like the pressed. I like diffused light, and I like dim light's a little dark for me. Diffused light, ethereal light. I love those pressed Hourglasses. This was beautiful. Highly recommend, but not for myself. I just don't pick that up. And when I'm going to do a touch-up in the day, I'm picking up Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish, or I am picking up MAC Studio Finish or Fix, that makeup powder. I'm picking up one of those. Okay, then I went through a Mcgrath Concealer, and I have another one of these in there, and I'm not real anxious to get this out. I like so many others better than this. But this is nice. It is a little bit on the thinner side. It's got a thinner doe foot. That may be what I don't really like that much about it. And it's got a thinner doe foot. It covers nice, but I have others I like better. Not replacing this. What I'm using right now that I love is the Hourglass. Y'all, with this one, I never have to touch up before I hit record. It covers my dark circles so well. It is a little bit fussy, but worth it. When my eyes water, it will wear away so easy. So sometimes I have to go over this with something like Shape Tape or something to get that just right there. But it's worth it because, my dark circles, I can't even see them. And this lasts all day. So the Hourglass, I will replace that. I'm not replacing the Mcgrath. Okay, then I went through a primer. I went through the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat. This is in the silver. I enjoyed this, but I will not replace this. I kept forgetting to get it out and put it on, so it kind of took me a long time to use it up. It does add a real nice flush and a real nice glow. It's beautiful. But for some reason, I don't want to replace it. I just don't. What I'm using now, it may be my favorite I've ever tried. And why am I just now falling in love with this? The Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm in love with this. And this will take me 5 years to use up because it's a doe foot, which I'm not that crazy about. But it's a doe foot that you just dot all over your face. And it actually gives me the most beautiful, luminous shine, glow ever. And then it also grabs onto your makeup. It makes it stay on better. You can use this as like a liquid highlighter. I don't usually use it that way, but I will. I'll try it. But as a primer, one of my all-time favorites. I love this. I don't know why. I'm just now falling in love with that. But okay, then I went through a Becca Sugar, which I wouldn't put in here because this has been discontinued, except this was a perfect pinky nude. And I'll show y'all what I replaced it with that I love. And that is the Lancome Beige Mirage. Okay, that's the packaging. If you like beautiful packaging, it's got a little rose. You push this. Oh no, you push the rose and it pops out. It's just a beautiful container, and then that's the color. It reminds me of the Becca Sugar, but it's not quite as slick. This is creamy, where this was slicker. So I love this one even more than this, and I loved this. I had 2 or 3 tubes of that. But the Lancome Beige Mirage, it's just about perfect. Hold on, I'm going to show it to you. That's it. And it looks more nude than that when I put it on. It is a perfect daily nude. Okay, then the Buxom Peach Daiquiri. I went through one of these. I won't replace this. I do love it. And if you're in the market for a really pretty peach, kind of on the peach side gloss, that is a beautiful one. Okay, then I went through a Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW. I absolutely replaced that. And you know what? I need lipstick right now. Let's put some of this on. Hold on, let me get my new one. Okay, so I put on a little bit of Rimmel liner, and then that is the Kim KW. It's just a perfect peach. It is the perfect peachy nude. That's what I keep at my desk for touch-ups, in my purse to carry with me. It's great. It's probably my if I could only have one. Okay, then I am throwing out, I put that ponytail holder so I wouldn't forget it. I'm throwing out this Prestige in Black Brown. I think they changed the formula of this. I do not like it. For underneath, I use it out here, and it's too slick and goes on too thick. And it doesn't stay on my upper lid very good, so I just don't use it. Instead, I'm using Wet n Wild, and this is just a brown. And I am pleased as punch with it. I love it to death. I love my Wet n Wild brown liner is great. Okay, then I went through an e.l.f. Intense Ink Eyeliner, and I did replace that. It's what I have on today, and I love this so much. It is a perfect line every single time. It just finishes my eye look. I will never spend more on an eyeliner unless one of y'all asks me to test something. But of my own accord, I will not. This is the best eyeliner I think I have ever tried. Okay, then I went through a fragrance. I went through the Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle, and I did replace this with one this big. I love it. This is Vanilla and Pear is what this is. It is a beautiful daily fragrance. I love this so much. I'm kind of doing use-ups with my fragrances, though, because I bought so many. I don't want those to all go to waste. So what I'm using up right now, I still wear this, mostly on the weekends with my husband, because he loves this. He always comments on it. But I'm also using up this Juicy Bodacious. And this is melon, vanilla, pear, coconut. It is so fresh and sweet. It's just sugar. It's just like that's what this smells like to me. It's like coconut sugar. I love this. It reminds me of a Bath and Body Works coconut that I had years ago. And I love that, Bodacious. But I also love the Labelle. I have a big new one in there. Okay, and that is all of my makeup products. I'm going to move on to some skin and hair. I went through Shiseido cottons, and for a while I was using Swisspers, and I like Swisspers, but not as much as the Shiseidos. This is really kind of what I've stuck with, and they last forever. They're like $10 for a bag that lasts forever. So, you know, I'll pick them up in a sale, or, you know, I just don't have to replace them that much. Okay, I went through a John Frieda volume lift, and holy grail. This is my one and only mousse that I have repurchased over and over and over. And it doesn't make my hair crunchy, but it gives it a little bit of extra lift. I love that. I went through a Bamboo Fiberful, and I've had this in a lot of empties, and I always replace it. This is another holy grail. It's like little fiber nets on your hair, and then you can brush through it, but it holds it really nice. Like it's on my bangs right now. It's the only thing on my bangs. You know, I love it. I can just spray, and then I can brush through. Doesn't make my hair feel dirty. Okay, then I went through a Jergens Natural 3-Day Glow, and I love this. I use this with a herbal lotion that ElleIsForLiving told me about, and it is a beautiful glow. I have one coat of it on right now, and I can get more bronzed if I layer it, but I think that's really nice. You know, it just adds just a real nice glow to your skin. I love it, and that's real easy to apply. I went through a Nioxin Conditioner over and over, and I love that. It's slow shedding. I put that on my roots and Aussie Volume on the rest of my hair, and I love it. I went through a Nioxin little mousse to help slow shedding, and I didn't replace this because I personally like the NutriOx. I like that it's thinner. It's a little bit thinner, so it kind of runs over my scalp, and I feel like I use a little bit less. So I'm not replacing this one, but, you know, anything to slow the shedding, I'm a fan of. Okay, I went through a Niod Survival Zero Serum. I use this with my copper, and I can't remember what it's got in it. I will put it right here. I don't remember what it's got in it, but I like it. I think it's got seaweed, maybe. And I do a vitamin C, a copper, and then this over it. That's what I'm doing right now in the mornings. And I liked it. I think I do have another one of these in my closet from a long time ago, so I'll use it. Then I went through a Rogaine. My hair is growing like a weed, and this has got to be it. This has got to be why. And between this and the Nioxin, I do feel like my hair has over time gotten thicker, definitely longer, and I think thicker. All right, and then I've got a couple of supplements, y'all. This is gonna go long. Okay, I have an Electrolyte Powder. This has been in several of my food vlogs. ElleIsForLiving told me about this, and it has saved me. If y'all are low carb, keto, or even healthy carb like I am, get your electrolytes. Magnesium, potassium, we all need them. Don't go without your electrolytes. The magnesium helped my muscles quit twitching. Okay, then I went through a C and a D, and I take a lot of this during flu season. We'll call it flu season. I go through a lot of C and D. I get up in the morning and I take 2,000 milligrams, and then I take it a couple more times through the day. And you pass this out. It doesn't build up in your body. Be careful with your D3. I tested low for this. I'll take 6,000 IU of this a day, but I'm not telling you to do that. But that's what I do. And if I feel like I'm getting sick, I even do more. I go through the C and the D like crazy. Mona Lauren, ElleIsForLiving again. She has done more for my health. It strengthens your immune, and this is pure coconut. And so I do 3 of these every day. And if I'm going to be in a crowd or going to a hospital, a doctor's office, I'll do 5 or 6. If I feel like I'm getting sick, I'll do more. I just really love that. Zinc with Quercetin. One of you girls told me about this. This is great for fending off illness. Take your zinc. And if you can get quercetin with it, even better. I take this every day. I do not miss it. I give it to my husband. I send it to my children. Love it. Probiotics. I am working on my gut health with my functional doctor. I have been even before that. But I am taking good probiotics. And I get this from the health food store. This is 50 billion live strain. And I think I like it. I'm feeling really good. Okay, I also take an Alive Women's 50 Plus. No, Ultra Potency is what I'm taking now, but I went through a 50 Plus. I had partial bottles. So I have reordered this, and I like that a lot. I like it a lot. I went through a sea buckthorn that ThatLifeWendy told us all about. I started taking this for my face because this is supposed to be good for fat loss in your face. I 100% think that this works. Right here, I used to have shadows. I do not have any shadows there anymore, and I don't have any filler. If I have any filler in my face 2 years ago, August of 2019, I got lip filler. That's the last filler I had, and I didn't get any down here. So I 100% think that this works. It's all I've really changed. If this is in your skincare, you are going to pay a pretty penny for it. So I just take it, and I will always take that. It's also good for your heart and joints and everything. Okay, then Listerine. I went through this. I used this to fight off illness. My friend Lori said that her doctor said to gargle, swish this in your mouth, gargle with it. She even will get it on her finger and put it in her nose. Swallows a little bit of it. It kills germs. So I do Listerine a lot. This is probably the first bottle of Listerine I've ever been through in my life. And I'm going through another one now. So all through the winter time, keep your Listerine going. Okay, and that is all of my empties. Y'all definitely down below let me know anything that y'all are loving, and that's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.